So in this case study, we will be going to use until activity. What is the meaning of until activity? We are waiting for something, right? We are waiting. We are first of all checking something, and we are waiting accordingly. For example, if I am having an input container in a simple word, and in this input container, I am checking for one of the file which is known as sales underscore in.csv, right? So once the file will be triggered, so until activity will first check whether it is triggered. It will, you know, it will do some copy activity if it is available. If it is not available, then it will wait for some time. This is what we want to introduce in a simple word, right? So definitely, how we can proceed with this case study? We should first create, we have to use get metadata activity, because if you remember, get metadata activity, what it will do, it will help in finding out the name of the file. So we have certain elements within the get metadata activity, and those elements are known as child item was there, and child item will give you the name of the file, but we don't know, we don't want name here. We want that whether there is an element within this folder or not. So we can use exist option also. So in get metadata activity, we have some options known as exist. So when we had covered get metadata activity in detail, we have discussed all those options. Okay. Now let's, build that part once again. Okay. For this, I am going to create a pipeline. I will give a name like PL underscore until. Okay. Then, and because, what I'm going to do, in previous class, we have created a variable. So I'm going to create a variable because I don't know whether file is available or not. So I'm just creating a variable known as file available. Okay. Checking file available. And let's make this as a false as of now. Okay. That file is not available. Imagine, right? So this is a default value. Okay. The default value is false. Then we will use until conditions, and until condition means we will check for the availability of the file here in this condition, and we can go inside the expression part, and in expression we will use add dynamic content. Okay. And remember, if file is available, the value will be true. If file is not available, value will be false, right? So ideally this should be a boolean expression, right? This is not a string of expression, but we have not used boolean variable. We can use boolean variable also, but if we have not used it, we will use conversion function. So if you go inside the function, you can see conversion functions. If something you want to convert from one type to another type, what you will use? You will use toString, you will use toArray. Similarly, we will have to convert the parameter to boolean. For example, the following expression returns false, then it will be a zero value. Okay, so let's go for @boolean, and inside @boolean we will use this file available. So what will be the answer of this boolean expression? This will gives us zero because we have kept variable as false. If it is turned as a true, it will become one. Okay, so let's do this way as of now. And what is the meaning of timeout? Timeout means it will wait until what time period of time. For example, the first letter indicates number of days, the second two digit indicates the hours. Okay, and next one is a minutes, and this one is a second, right? So if you can hit like this, you can see DHHMMSS, days, hours, minutes, and second, right? So I'm just giving that it should wait for until 12 hours. Okay, till the file it is available or not available. Then obviously I will go inside the activity. So inside until, what's the meaning of until now? So far what we have did, we have created a variable. Okay, and this variable is basically checking whether file is available or not. Okay, by default value I have kept it as a false. Okay, then what I did, I converted the value of false using boolean @boolean function, right? And why I have used it, later on you would be able to understand, because we have to use this in if else condition, right? So if else condition, boolean function will be very useful if you have only true and false value to be defined, right? Now See, okay. So far we have created this, configured this until activity, but inside until activity, if I have to check whether file is available or not, we have to incorporate this container name, right? And we have to check whether this container is available, this file is available with this within this container or not. And how we can do this? We can only do this with the help of get metadata activity, because the get metadata activity has capability, right, has a capacity or responsibility to find the name of the folder, check the folder and see whether file is available or not. In previous case studies we have seen that, right? So get metadata activity we will use. So inside act until, we have an option to include the activity, what activity you want to perform by the time. Imagine the file is not available or it is available, right? But how you will identify whether file is available or not available? Because variable is just a default value you're passing as a false. It's a default value, right? Just to imagine that file is not available. But if it is available, how you will check? So you will add get metadata activity here to find out whether file is available to that location or not. So you will drag and drop this get metadata activity, and let me see, the file also. So if I go and select input container, what will happen? It will be having a lot of files. Okay, so let me do one thing. Okay, what I should do is I should create a container. Okay, I should create a container and I should name this as a input one, something like that, right? I'm creating a container. Okay, and inside that container, what I'm going to do, I'm going to store some file. Okay, so I'm going to store my file. I will browse it and let me go to the root. So this is the file I want to store, right? So I'm just going to upload this file here. So this file is available. This is a new container which I have created. This is input one, and that is having only one file, right? So now I will create a get metadata activity and will try to check whether this input one is having the file or not. So if it is having, if it is existing, the value will send as a true, right? So it does not matter what variable value we have set. Agreed? So this is the that's the reason why I have used variable, because variable can change throughout the execution of the pipeline, but parameter values will remain same throughout the execution of the pipeline, right? So this is the difference. So this case study will also supporting the difference between parameters and variables. Okay, now let's do this. So we will go to setting, and in this get metadata activity, I am again coming back, right? So in a pipeline, we have an until activity. In this until activity, we have used, at the rate boolean function. Whatever variable value is coming directly, we are using this as an expression, right? Expression means why it is under the expression, because if it is true, that boolean expression will become 0. If it is false, sorry, if it is true, it will become 1, and if it is false, it will become 0, right? And whether it is, and after that, how, what activity I want to do, I want to check whether file is available or not, right? So I will go inside the get metadata activity, and in this get metadata activity, I will configure it to check for my input one container, right? So if I'm checking for input one container, what I can do, I can create my data set and I can check with AD less gen 2, because this input container is of type AD less gen 2, right? And I can, because, and this container is having CSV file stored like .csv, so I am using this CSV here, right? And then after using it, I am going to select my link services. I can, point to input one, right? So if input one is having file, I'm not going to click any file, right? I will click OK. This is having any file, okay, then the answer should be true, right? So here we have to select field list. So if you remember, if I click here, we will see several arguments over here. For example, we have something known as child item. So if you want to select the file name of the file, then you will choose child items. But here the file name is not important. I'm not going to create any list or run any for each loop, right? So I will use exist option, whether file is existing or not, right? So I have selected exist option here. Fine. So once it is done, then you can see if you want to check the details, okay, you just debug it at this point of time. Let's see what result is coming. Okay, then we will see the other part of this activity. Okay, so we are inside the until program. Okay, and in this until program you can see it's still running, but still not completed because it went inside. So you can see in this get metadata activity, it checked whether the file is existing or not. Yes, it is existing. Okay, so it is checking again because it went into infinite loop because it is waiting until. Okay, correct. So it is went into infinite loops. So that's the reason it is keep on running. Okay, so let's cancel this time. Okay, now because otherwise it will not be cancelled. Now see some of the difference here. Imagine, let's check and create this as a true and see if there is any change. There will not be any change, but just I'm giving you some glimpse of experience, right? I made the variable value as a true, and let's see what is happening. Okay, so true will also remain same because true, what will happen? It will not enter into infinite loop because value variable is it will keep on running till the time it is true. Okay, so so it got false, right? So for example, if you click on this, the exist value is true here, right? And it is matching with the until condition, and that's the reason it was stopped just after this. Agreed? So once again, I'm just making this as value as a false. Okay. So what is the meaning of until condition? The meaning of until condition is it will, wait for this expression to become true. Got it? So till the time it is false, it is keep on running within this activity. Okay. Now what I need to do, I have used get metadata activity, and after get metadata activity, if my file is available, what I want to do? Okay, I want to I want to apply if else condition. Okay, so let me explain once again. So imagine so far I have checked whether file is available in this folder or not. So answer came yes, it is available. If it is true, right? Or if it is false, there are two conditions. Either file is available or file is not available. If it is true, what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a copy activity. Okay, and if it is false, what I'm going to do? I want to just introduce wait activity. And how much time I will wait? I will wait for 2 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever minutes I want to say. Right? So this is what I am trying to introduce. So how to introduce this true and false condition to check? So you remember it is nothing but your if condition. Right? So after get metadata activity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use if condition, and I will drag and drop here. Okay, and because if my file is existing, that means it is true. I will drag this and connect with the if condition. Okay, so now we can configure this if condition. I will go to activity, and again I will choose the expression. So what should be my expression? The expression is the output of the get metadata will become input of the if condition node, right? So if my file exist is true, then I should include copy activity. If it is false, then I should include wait activity, right? So what we can do, first of all, there are three sections in the activity section. One is expression, another one is true and false, right? So in expression, I need to check what I need to check. I need to check whatever output of get metadata activity, which is nothing. What is the output of get metadata activity? The output is whether it is existing or not existing. right? So what I will do, I will hit here, I will click on add dynamic content and activity output. This is the activity output, and if you see we have certain other elements also. If you are choosing the name of the file, then you will select child item, but you have to choose exist option, right? So you will directly hit on exist. Simple, whether file is existing or not existing. But my problem is, this should accept as a boolean. Okay, because we are using as a boolean. So what we should do, we should remove this and we should click on functions. We should select the conversion, or we should directly select bool. Okay, and inside bool, what we should do, we should hit this activity output exist. Okay, so this will make sense, right? So this expression will check if it is true. If the value is existing, if it is true, what will happen? It will go and do the copy activity. This is what we want to do. If it is true, it will go and do the copy activity. If it is false, it will wait for some time, right? So if it is true, I can hit on this pencil icon and I can select the copy activity, right? So I can just drag and drop the copy activity. I can select my, source. And what would be my source? Again, AD less gen 2. This, we are creating a data set, right? So this is the AD less gen 2 I have selected. Then I will choose this CSV format, right? And I'm going to select this link services, right? And then I'm going to select my input one container. Okay, and I will select the file which I want to load, right? And I will hit on OK. This is a very simple data set that we have created multiple number of times, right? And then I'm going to select as a sync and I'm going to generate an output, and let's create an output in the output container in a simple manner. Okay. There is nothing complex about this. We have done this so far. So we are going to select the path as an output container. You can select any of the container. Okay. And uh, okay, this file is already available here. So let's do one thing, create a directory as well inside the output container. And you can say the directory name should be output underscore one, or output one you can mention, right? Inside the directory. So inside the output container, okay, why it is saying, because I have kept the first letter as capitals, that's why it's producing an error. Okay, just a second. That's not a problem. Okay, okay. In operation return a invalid status code not found. Okay, wait a minute. So inside the root folder, I have to create a directory. Why it is stopping me to create a directory? It should not, right? Oh, sorry, my mistake. What's the problem? The problem is I'm trying to import schema. Okay, it should be none. Yes, because we are not importing anything. Okay, okay, no problem. So that's the thing. We have created this stuff. Now it's a time to. So again, I'm going to give you a revisit what we have done so far. So far we have used a until node. In what is the meaning of until node? It will wait for some execution to happen. What execution we want to perform? It will first check whether file is available or not. So by default value which is passing is false, means we are saying no file is not available. Okay, so what it will do, it's saying okay, file is not available, let's check it out. So it will go to the activity and it will go first to get metadata activity, whether file is available. It will say yes, it is available, and if it is available, then it will go to if condition and it will say okay, if it is available, then do the copy activity. And if it is not available, what you should do, we should do for wait activity. So let's go and configure the wait activity also, right? So let's do and go to configure a wait activity. So it is waiting for how many times? You can say that it will wait for another 120 seconds, 2 minutes. So it will wait for 2 minutes if it is not available. Okay. Otherwise, it will go with, if it is available, then obviously it is of true condition, and it will have the copy will happen. Okay, so if I run this pipeline, what will happen? Because my data is available here, so it will do a copy of output data. So let me debug this. Sorry, okay, yes. Let me hide this one and see the results. So you can see until activity has triggered. So within this until activity, get method activity we have. So we can click on the get method activity. The value is true. If value is true, what will happen? It will trigger your if condition. So if condition has triggered, and inside if condition, okay, it's not giving the results, but okay, let me see. It triggered copy activity, and copy activity has successfully completed. Right? So it did not trigger the false condition. So if condition was true, that's why it triggered only copy activity and did not wait it for some time. Right? So what we can do? Okay. Okay. So it is keep on running, keep on running, keep on running. Why it is keep on running? Guys, it went into infinite loop because your value it will not the until node is not stopped until and unless your until node is still running. Why? Because the value provided was true, was false, right? So what we should do here, we should make that by default value as true instead of false, right? Okay, so let's cancel this operation. So this is how you can do. Anyways, first check the data. So you can go inside the input output container. You can see output 1 was generated. Output 1 was generated. And in this output 1, the sales data has come. Right? So this case study will tell you about everything which we where we have used so many items. Okay. So inside, just a second. Okay. So the problem with this infinite execution is, you know, the variable value. Okay, the variable value we have passed as a false. Okay, imagine. And this until value will keep on running till the value become true. Agree? Do you think value will turn true by itself? No, the value cannot turn true by itself. We have to set variable. We have to set the variable again as true, right? Otherwise, this until loop will keep on running, keep on running, keep on running, right? So how we can set this variable and where we should set this variable? So actually, during the true condition, right, what we can do, we should add one more thing which is known as set variable. Okay, and that should be true, and once it is true, then it will came out of this if and else condition, because if it is not true, definitely it is will wait. If it is not true, it will wait, right? Then this copy activity should not be under this true condition, but this copy activity I can add it here. You got my point? No? Let me see what changes we should do to resolve that issue. Those are the problems we have to see. So imagine this until activity. You can, I'm just going one more time. In this variable, I am passing false. So this will keep on running. So I have to use set variable option somewhere to if it is true. So where it is true, if I go inside, if I go here in this if condition, this is the if condition, right? This variable is uh, this should not be your copy activity here. Okay, let me hit on copy. Okay, and let's do one thing. Let's delete this copy activity from here. Okay, and let's do one thing. Instead of true condition, what I should do, I should give a set variable condition. Sorry, I'm searching in at wrong place. Okay, so yeah, set variable. So I should use set variable here, and because it is true, so I should make this variable file available option, and the value should become true. Okay, so at the moment it became true, you can go with small letters also or first letter capital also. That does not matter. Okay, and what I should do, I should, because I had copied my copy activity, I will click on paste. Okay, and I will use this copy activity here. Now once again debug this option. Now you can see what is happening. Okay, so until program triggered, then get metadata activity triggered, the file is available, that's why the value is true. Then it will go for if condition. Inside if condition, what is running? If it is true, it will set the variable first. Okay, so the set variable, okay, sorry, I opened different thing. Inside true condition, it will first make the value file available as true. So if file available is true, this until is stopped now. This until is stopped now, and then it triggered the copy activity. Correct. Now this time it will run only once. Agreed? Fine. So this is the concept where I have used until activity, if else condition activity, get metadata activity, and set variable activity together. All the three things. And this is the best use case. Got it? So right now we have seen that false condition is not working at all, and false condition will not work because this for get metadata activity we are using this data set, and this data set is only checking till this input container input 1, right? So what we'll have to do, let's do one thing. In input container, upload the file and check till the file level. Okay, or you can have a directory within this thing and check till that level of directory, right? So right now we will have to browse the file here in input container. Now this will check for file actually. Okay, and if file is absent, then it will produce the false error, right? So let's check this out and do one thing. Let's delete this file now, because file is absent now, right? Now file is absent, and you are checking through this data set whether file is available or not available. So in this data set, you already pointed to your file. Okay. So what we will do, we will hit debug again. So it triggered my pipeline again. Okay. And let's refresh this pipeline. Okay. You can see it's still progress. You can see get metadata is progress. Okay. And you can see get metadata succeeded, and it is false now. It waited for 2 minutes. It is waiting for 2 minutes. Again after 2 minutes, it will work. So immediately what we should do, we should upload now within the 2 minutes, right? So I'm having a time till 2 minutes. I have uploaded once again, and see the magic, right? What will happen after 2 minutes? It will run the true condition. Okay. So inside true condition, because still if condition is in progress, if condition is not yet completed, because it is wait for true, this if condition to be completed. So true will set the variable as a true, and until will complete, then it will go with copy activity. Let's wait for So you can see once our wait condition is over after 2 minutes, get metadata has started once again, and this time the value is true because we uploaded the file over there, right? And at the moment we uploaded the file over there, after get metadata activity, we know we have a if condition activity, and after if condition activity, we have, because the value is true. If it is true, then it will trigger the set variable option and it will set the global variable as true, right? And as soon as it is true, this until loop will get completed and it will trigger your copy activity. Got it? So this way we have tested both the part. So pipeline testing we have to do in this manner. So we have tested while deleting the file and again reloading the file within 2 minutes. Right? So in this execution, we have all the two steps get triggered. So this is the case study we can build using until method, get method, data method, if else method, okay, wait method, set variable method, everything together. So I believe this will be useful to understand the concept behind all these features. Okay, thank you.